Welcome to another installment in the course Site 101X on Technology Evaluation. This segment is called Choosing Products in the Product Family Overview. I have some details that I'm going to cover in a different lecture. Right now we're just going to overview how it is that you choose which particular models you're going to evaluate once you've decided what product family is going to be the focus of your investigation. Now this topic is really important. Which products you decide to include and which ones you decide to leave out of a study influences quite a bit how useful the study is to consumers and to other decision makers. You want to give them information about the options that they were considering, and you may also want to bring to their attention some product options that they may not have considered otherwise unless they had seen them in your study. Now, which things you decide to include also influences the credibility of the study to those people who are going to be using it. If you decide to leave something out of the study, you have to have a good rationale because people will wonder why and they'll question the credibility of the study unless you have thought it through very carefully and documented your reasons. What products you decide to include and leave out also influences the use of the study information by designers and manufacturers. What you would like is for your study to serve many purposes, and you'd like it to improve the overall market and the lot of consumers over time. So if the products that you include and don't include can promote the value of the study to designers who can then identify weaknesses in their designs and make them better in the future, you've added a lot of value. Now, all these bullets right here, these first three on this slide, all push us toward making the study very comprehensive. But the truth is that resources are limited. You have only so much money and you only have so much time. So you're going to have to make decisions about which products to evaluate, and those decisions are going to influence very much how well you can do the work and how efficiently you can do the work. So because these are such important decisions, I think it's important to consider the process that you use to make those decisions. One factor that I would definitely bring to light is that you should begin with a strong starting point. That is, what you want to do is make a list of the products that you're going to include and the ones that you're going to leave out. And for example, you may want to make this starting list with a group of experts. So what you're trying to do is to make a list that is very close to the final list, but you want to be able to make it quickly. And often a group of people that know about the product family and know about the technical considerations and about the context in the community can really help you with that. Just for example, in the past with the SITE program, we worked with a group called the International Society of Wheelchair Professionals, and they really helped us to create an initial list of wheelchairs that we then evaluated. Now, once we have that list, I'll call it the incumbent set. It's a list that is not exactly the final set, and that we can then take through a set of processes looking at the list through multiple lenses. And the first lens that I would consider is the one of market data. So if I went out and got information about the market and I consider all of the products sold as a pie, and one of the products had more than 50% market share, I'll call that a market leader. Certainly I would have to include that in the study, I think. If I left a product like that out, I think it would hamper the ability of people to make decisions because that particular market leader was probably very much in their consciousness when they were making their purchasing decision. On the other hand, not everything in the study has to be a market leader. There could be a product that has a very small part of the market, like this, but if it has some emerging technologies in it, that may give it some performance advantages or new features or functionalities. So perhaps by including that in the study, we can give people a look at where the product segment is going, and we may be able to alert people to some risks that those emerging technologies represent. Now, the other thing you want to do is, rather than going through the products only one by one, also think about the list of products that you're going to include as a set, collectively, or as a group. And some of the things that I want to bring to your attention are ways that that group or set of products can be balanced. But this is a topic that I'm going to save for a later, more detailed video on design of experiments. Now, design of experiments, just to give you a sense of what it is, it's a discipline concerned with planning experiments and analyzing data. It's considered as a subfield within statistics, and it tells you something about the arrangement of a set of experiments or products. And I'm going to talk about the full factorial design, orthogonal designs, and ranked efficiency in that extra lecture. So let me just summarize. The products that you choose to evaluate can really influence the value of your evaluation effort and also the resources it takes. So you don't have to include everything. You want to remember that. You're going to have to leave something out. But we recommend you don't leave out the market leaders. Include those. Try to balance it out with some emerging technologies. And think about how your set of products has properties as a group, and I'm going to show you how design of experiments can help with that. That's just a little bit of a foreshadow of something coming, and I'll see you in that next lecture.